Peace and one love, man. It's your boy 2eiies. We got Snubble in the building. Been in a little minute. What up, gang?
Kyrie, that boy was on fire last night. Let's go.
Bodega
Oh, the
Trap.
crew.
Bodega Trap is in the building.
Okay.
Y'all
Yeah,
already
he
know.
trapped. Bodega is definitely trapped. I'm glad you said that, but let's get it.
Woman of the year. You know what I mean? I had the opportunity, you know what I mean, to check out the stream, all that good stuff. You know what I mean? First off, I want to say congratulations to Coffee Brown for being the woman of the year. Salute to her. West
WOTY.
West Coast, you know what I mean? They done pulled another one, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? Or whatnot. But it's been a lot of controversy in regards to the woman of the year that you know what I'm saying we're gonna talk about, you know what I mean, discuss
mhm.
when it come from the people that was on the platform, you know what I mean, that was
Yeah, the panel.
debating this to whether you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying the aftermath of you know what I'm saying some people should have been on there, um whether they said they want to be on there or not, things like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into some of that. You know what I mean? But like I said, first of all, congratulations to Coffee Brown for being the woman of the year. That's who they picked. That's who they chose, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
So salute
No
to
saying
her.
that.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But man,
Hey, it was some year Kobe should have got the MVP, but Steve Nash got it. So, but whatever name go down, that's what go down. Let's get it.
okay, so yeah, we'll start with with the panel. You know what I mean? When it comes to the panel, you know what I mean. I don't say shout out to them, congratulations to them. You know what I mean? I feel like I really feel like you know what I mean. They wasn't letting each other get their points off. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and being able to rebuttal and fight back on the points. I feel like someone was giving up too early on their points. You know what I mean
Mm-hmm.
that they wanted to prove.
It's
Um,
even. Yeah.
you know what I mean? For me, I don't think the debate should be that in whether it's champion of the year or women of the year. I don't think that the debate should be that difficult and that hard if everyone is going off the five criterias. If you're going off the five criterias, this should be just a nice little um um convo in regards to the reason why this person is 10 and this person is in 9. It should all go back to the five, you know what I mean,
Categories.
categories.
Yep.
And I think
Your
this for
debate,
women of the
your
year.
debate should never leave without of that those five categories because now it becomes opinion and emotion versus criteria. I'm glad you said it that way.
I agree. That's you know what I'm saying. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying. When it comes to the women of the year, champion of the
And
year.
men, because
You
the
know what I
men been
mean?
doing it for too. They getting better though,
And with that
but they
with that
better. They
being
have a better.
said,
They have a better director that can. All right, hold it down. You know what I'm saying? Even
okay.
though even though he be still in disarray, he do the best. He just able to manage it a little bit better by having more experience. Maybe some of the women that was on last year should have been taking charge more, and maybe that's what happened, and we seen more shut down. Like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm new.
see for me, I think all 10, 11, 9 people, whoever's on the panel or whatnot, they should almost have the same arguments because of everybody's seeing the same battles that this person got, that these people got. Everybody's with performances, material, the same thing. It shouldn't be no. I don't think it should be no real arguments or too firm back and forth if we going off these five criterias.
Now I will say this:
Okay, talk to me.
subjectiveness to how somebody's performed. So sometimes you do have to get you a little speech or debate point off of what you believe you saw as opposed to what somebody else saw. We need a shot clock,
To
G.
me,
What we need
performance.
is
To me,
we need
performance
2 minute clock
is
up. You gotta get your points up. But look, you gotta base them on those categories. Like those categories gotta be there. I want you to preference them by saying those categories, and so we can all know what your points are, and then give me your emotional feeling or your different viewpoint at the end. But what I do feel is this person with that type of performance versus somebody of that caliber even in a loss, should be weighed a little bit higher than somebody with a mid performance versus, beating somebody who was bad. Like, you have to balance it out by saying it at the end. But I want you to tell me in every category when you're checking it off who you have. And then even though you may say, this is where the categories don't line up for me. Because even though this person wins 3-2, I believe or I feel, and then that's cool. But you gotta go off those points.
And you have to watch the battles, though. That's the thing. You have to watch the battles because for me, performance is someone who's selling their bars.
Yeah, but not even that. If you haven't watched the battle, you're going by stat for stat.
If you have, now, you can't see performance on the stat. You cannot see a performance on the stat. You only can see it if you watch the battle.
You can only see the number. Like you said, you can't see the performance. You only can see the number.
You have to watch the battle to see it.
You only see the outcome.
The outcome is not the performance. The outcome is just the win or the lose. It's not a performance. That's what I'm saying. The performance, you have to watch it.
Is this the same? I'm standing in the corner and I got the ball passed me 3 times for a 3, and I hit all 3. And you pulled up on a fast break or coming off screens 3 times, dribbling a little bit and shooting 3 for 3 too. Is that the same 3 for 3?
No, number 2 gave me the performance. Once again, the only way I can see the performance, I have to look at it. You can't show me performance on the paper.
Now, if you only look at the stats, you're going to say, no, Snub just as good as 2eiies with shooting.
See, that's a percent, right? That's when it wins and losses. See, I think that's why a lot of people get confused. See, that's the win and losses. You can look at that percentage. Performance, you cannot look at performance on paper. You have to see it. That means you have to watch the battle to know if they perform and what's the level of their performance.
What if I give you
it's my
9 battles of consistency of a B average, right? And you only have 3 battles with a consistency of a B plus or A minus average. Which one should be held to a higher standard?
That B plus and that A. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with the B, the person with the B, because that's consistent all the way across. That A minus and B, you're not consistent. You're going up and down. But that B,
I'm saying the average. And the average of their 3 battles, you can say could be a B plus.
Oh, well, their percentage would be higher. The ones with the A minus and the B plus, it'd be like a 97% to maybe like a 94.
95. Now I would say this: to measure that, if the person that had 3, if your quality opponents are 3 quality opponents, I'm only taking your 3 quality opponents and what you did versus them. Because I want to know what you did when
it's. No, you can't take away my. You can't take away my.
No, we're not taking it. No, because
if 5 of my people is top tiers, you can't just pick 3 of them. 3 of the top tiers because I got 5 of them.
Okay, yeah. So that only goes in certain cases. It's a case by case.
You can't pick and choose which top tier you want to use. Shit, I had 5 of them.
That'd be unfair to me. I might want you to use the one I hit against the guy who's the top of the mid tier because that might be my best performance. Right. But we're gonna say it don't measure up as much because it was a mid tier.
Yeah, talk to me about the platform, man. So what you
now? I say this: when it comes to the panel, it's gonna always be this way without having actual professionals that do or have done it there.
And when you mean professionals, what you mean? Just somebody that know how to really debate?
Someone who knows. You have to also have battlers in there. And the reason why this culture is still growing and rules are changing in different eras. I'm watching it. I can't keep my old ways, just like in the NBA.
What battlers would you put in there? People that's battling currently?
Chick Rain don't battle anymore. And she'll try to get anybody on her platform. She always advocating for the ladies. I want people who don't, even male battlers who don't battle no more, and they coming in. I would like a Mickey Fax, a Boss Chick Rain. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody who just watching the culture and that performed in there. Because when we start talking about strength of scheduling, only them, they can tell you what that really entitles. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I mean like this is an analogy that I thought of. I never thought about when me and you used to have these debates. If a fan is judging a 3-point contest, does he have to know how to shoot a 3 to see who won? Or are you just going to go by the numbers of who hit more 3s? Anybody can judge that, right? Mm-hmm. Only thing we got to know is was his foot behind the line when he was shooting. Because if they go in or go out, it's a count, right? Mm-hmm. But when we get to the dunk contest, those judges always be what? Former players and dunkers. most of the time, mostly dunkers. To know the degree of difficulty, you got to have the people that's like, yeah, that windmill's cool, but I did that back in '89. Then you can spread your legs out. They're gonna give you style points, all of that, based off of. We might think it's a 50. We go, boo, they give him a 48. And they might say, no, Vince Carter did that. That was one of his dunks that got him a 48, 49 when he didn't get 50, because he didn't get all 50s on his dunks, and that wasn't better than that. So I definitely couldn't give it a 50. It's the same dunk without a different style and grace. But only a player who does them dunks and knows how it feels to jump in the air and try to contort your body and do it. We can only judge, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't battled before. So you at least have to know, can you rhyme? Can you break down bars? And I hate to say it, but one of my beloved, you know, it's the OGs in this battle rap and hip hop music podcast, and it's 3-Letter Man. When he was on there with Mook, and Mook was asking him to break the bar down, he couldn't. He put the correlation of what the bar meant to understand it was a double entendre, but he couldn't explain what it meant. So you don't know the depth of both sides of the double entendre. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need somebody who know it. Sometimes you need somebody who knows the tension of that. That could tell you. Well, he stumbled among a few words, but trust me, that's a MC thing when your brain, your adrenaline, or you might not have water. You might say, I'm gonna get this next line off before I get the water. It's not always a choking thing. Like, I don't know the material thing. It could be a rushing thing from anxiety, adrenaline, first being on the stage. That's why we judge everything on that big stage. How can you handle the pressure? So I think that's a problem. We can't, like, when it comes to moments and highlights, it's kind of like a 3-point. Everybody knows what the moments and highlights is, but the in-betweens of what these daylights, Danny Myers, Lux, Mickey Fax, DNA, what he doing, B-Dot, you know what I'm saying? Daylight them said the best running with the pen, the depth. You know what I'm saying? It's the content. He's just as lyrically nice as us, but the content is just, come on, man, it's remedial, it's easy.
To get back to the women, though, when it comes to
but get back to they need people that can judge. They need people that can actually be in there, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, somebody who's watched the dang on battles, for one. You gotta watch the battles. If you ain't watch out, you know what I'm saying, a majority of the battles should be there. Once you get chosen to be on the panel, go watch the ones that you didn't watch. You know?
Is there any ladies you feel like should have been on the list before I get to talking about a particular person?
You know, I would say the She Goat. You know, She Goat. E Hart wasn't on there. And I was just like, how not? You know. And then I'm saying she won Battle of the Year for the females, didn't she?
Yes, sir.
Flames. And then Yoshi. Okay. Like, if we have categories and somebody just has the impact, because no matter how she did it, no matter if it's media and everything else, the impact that she made in it.
Okay, let me say this. Now, how do you feel about quote unquote that she didn't want to be a part of it? I'm not sure if you seen the tweet or anything like that.
I tell you this. If LeBron James say, man, this stuff biased, don't put me in the MVP race this year, they're gonna be like, whatever. They're gonna write stories about him, talk crazy about him, but when the voting comes, he in there. He's not in control of that.
That was you just hit my to be my point.
Not in control of that.
When it comes to if they want them,
if my vote is for you, my vote is for you. But guess what? I ain't buying your jersey because you're an a-hole.
If they want to make it professional, you know what I'm saying? That's all they're talking about, being professional or whatnot. They can send an email or whatever discrepancy they want to send to Champion. But Champion, you know what I mean, should not be, I feel like they should not be
How about ask the fans how we feel? Should people?
Nah,
You don't
see,
gotta
that's
even
what I'm
say
saying.
that.
It ain't got nothing to do with the fans. They don't know what I'm saying. The fans get their vote. Once again, go back to what you just said. When it comes to the NBA,
No.
they
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
act.
This
They
person
the
doesn't want to
players,
be included on the
the
criteria.
players
How do you?
have no response. They have no right. That's what I'm saying. To be on no list that's dealing with someone else's
Exactly.
thing.
Exactly. But what I was
Period.
just saying,
And
when
from
they
that,
changed the format of the Pro Bowl and they in the format of the All-Star game, they the little McDonald's and things like that, they had the little surveys on
that's
there.
the game. That's the
Yeah,
game itself.
yeah,
It's always gonna be
yeah,
changing in the
yeah.
game. I'm talking about far as someone. I'm talking about
Even the
battle
voting
rap.
system,
Battle
because
rap.
at
We
first
talking
they
about
didn't, the
someone's
fans started
platform,
voting.
which is Champion. Champion should not. You know what I'm saying? if they're going to be straightforward things like that or whatnot, it's the outside or battle rappers asking to be on or off a list or this or that or whatnot. That shouldn't be no problem. It's got to be fair, straight down the
So
line.
basically, if you don't
Either
want to
you
be on
on
our
the
list,
list,
you
you
don't
on
want to
the
be on the
list. You
list.
can be mad
Get
all
out
you
the
want to.
culture. Get out the culture and get out the stat books if you don't want to be on the list.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's
Yeah,
no such. I don't think it's no
because
such thing on be on the list.
because
You know what I'm
look,
saying?
because how can I? Because look, your opponents, they think you matter enough. You decide if they get on or off the list if they battle you. How's that fair to them? If you're in the culture and you putting up stats, we're judging you.
Once again, I feel like it's champion. That's their thing. Whatever they
Yeah.
want to do, but I just feel like they should
If you
keep
win,
it
you can deny the
business.
reward.
Keep
How
it
about that? You
business.
can
You
say
know what
no,
I
thank
mean?
you. Even if you win, I don't want it. Y'all can keep it. You can do that, but you can't tell us who we think is who should be on the list or number one.
I don't think it's no such thing as saying that. There's no such thing.
No,
This
no,
is
I'm
my
saying
stuff. This is my
just say
stuff.
for instance, if I was voted champion of the year and I didn't want it, and I said I didn't want it, I don't have to show up there to get the belt or the money. Keep it. I don't want it.
What I'm saying to you is, Snub. Yeah, you don't have to show up. What I'm saying to you is, or whatnot.
But the record book's gonna show I was there. That's why I know what you're saying.
Right.
But I'm
You know
saying
what
if
I'm
you
saying?
feel that way, even if you win, just don't show up and subscribe to
Because
it.
it
I
goes
don't want
all
y'all
back
there.
to the 5 criterias.
Not emotions, not
The
what you had to
five
say.
criterias.
What you had to
With
say
the
in them
five
battles based
criterias,
on
you
what
have to
you
be on the list.
yeah. That's why I said get out the coaching in if you don't want to be on the list. Because if you get in them record books and we judging by this and you're higher there and you battle these other people, for me to speak on their behalf, I gotta bring you up. So you on the list, you're gonna be in the discussion regardless if you battle. So once again, that was a cop out to, well, we ain't want to put you on the list anyway. We don't like you anyway. That's too easy. That's why I said, why not even ask the fans, hey, dude, you think the battlers should be able to tell us that they don't want us to be, they don't want to be on the list? And then let us pour in. You know why? So when the list comes out, the fans don't say, well, why the hell? And then you have a point of, well, she said she don't
No,
want to
I
be on
don't
there. Then
agree.
you
I
have
don't
us talking
agree.
about how,
I
and then
don't
you got,
agree.
look, let me say my last line. And then you got us talking about, well, how the hell she get to say woo woo woo? Sometimes you can just, what I'm saying is be transparent, and then guess what? Nobody has nothing to say why she ain't on the list. If we felt, well, if she don't want to be on the list, don't let her be on the list. Because guess what? That panel ain't nothing but the
When I
fans
put
too.
out the coat check, all 50, 75, 100 battlers is on the list. Period. That's what the fans involved in. I'm not asking the fans should this person be on there. Once again, no, I mean this is supposed to be professional and business. You own the list. Now, if you don't want to accept it, if you win it, you don't want to accept it and all that, yes, that's your right. But other than that, you on the list. That's how I look at it.
And I always look for an alternative because it could be said from skewed from a different way to stop people from a domino effect that somebody like me and you know that if this happened, that happened, this gonna happen. It's a domino effect. It's life, right? So to stop that, if you're smart enough, you actually when you play chess, you think a couple moves ahead. If you even wanted to go that route, what I'm trying to say, to give validity to saying that, well, the person they want to be on there, the easiest thing that I would do, as just me, in my opinion, is put it out there. I don't got to say who name. Do y'all think a battler should be able to tell us? Because the fans always got, that's what you listening to now. And it's a problem with everything. That's what the ruckus is about. So guess what? If y'all ass say this particular thing, but then when the list come out, you try to flip-flop, that's what y'all said. Y'all voted on this.
Okay, well,
Y'all
I'm gonna
voted.
say this. I'll say
But I
this.
know what you're saying.
No,
My
I'll
first
say
stance
this.
is what
If they do that, I'll say this. When you retire, quote unquote, or whatnot, don't remember those accolades is what you'll be missing.
yeah.
And I believe to be on a champion list, just on the list, 1 through 20 for the guys, or 1 through 10, 1 through 20 for the source, things like that. I think that's a good accolade to say, like, you know what I mean?
Ain't no boxer or fighter coming in UFC or the IBC talking about I'm gonna fight but don't rank me. Well, no, you don't get to do that. Don't play here. That's why I said get out the coaching if you don't want to be on no list.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's unfair to your opponents. But once again, going back to my original statement was the players don't. LeBron can't tell you he don't want to be in the MVP race. Well, don't play. Play bad then, and you don't got to worry about being in the race. You ain't got to worry about playing in the playoffs if you don't have a good record in the regular season. So my point is the second thing on the fans, because that's where the outrage coming from, the people. You could have just asked the people, how do y'all feel about that? And they probably would have overwhelmingly said what we said. Man, I ain't in charge of that, whatever. And then your ass on the list. And then when it comes out, you don't have to accept the award if you don't want to, like we were saying. But what you won't be able to say
it's only
is,
one award. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, yeah.
It's really
But
the
say even if
list.
you don't want to be on the
The
list, yeah,
list.
even if
If
you
you
say
have
you want
no,
to be on
no,
the list,
it's just it's only one.
okay.
Well, I take that back because they did give out shout out to Jazz because they did give out Body of the Year. It's other
Perform,
awards. You know what I'm saying?
battle of the year,
But
battle of the year.
performance and
Yeah,
something else.
okay.
But yeah, you know what I mean. To where it's like, you know what I mean. Yeah,
But you just don't have to
you
accept it.
don't
That's
have to
all it is. You
accept the
can't tell.
awards, but it's
You don't
like,
have to tune in. Don't you know what I'm saying? Don't tune in to see if your name gonna be there. Just don't tune in.
mm-hmm.
Turn a blind eye to it. This is for the fans. You know what I'm saying? It's more for the fans than because you want to see what your favorite battle rap. You want the debates and everything. But once again, shout out to Coffee Brown. They said it was supposed to have been a 2 battle minimum. So, my mind was thinking a certain way. But, they have enough events and enough battles. So it should just be whatever your work is out there for them. It should be different until they get the same amount of events. Or not even say the same amount, more events, a nice multitude of events.
The one rounders. What should they do about the one rounders for females? I think the
One
guy.
round,
This is all about females. What the one rounders for the females? Because once again, like you just said, they don't got that many events, but they do a book of female for the one rounders. You know what I mean? Like bullpen stuff like that. Okay,
now that's where
Sakari
I would say yes, but it still got to be uh,
main event.
what stage did you do it on, and what was your caliber of opponent. So strength of scheduling, and it'll be platform.
Strength of
Those
schedule
that have to
platform.
those have to decide the one rounders and how important they are. The same way we do with the
I
others.
think
So
if you're a main or co-main event, I give
see, I
up
would say that, but then you could do it. You could do that at Febreze.
because 40 and Los, I mean, yeah, 40 and Loso was the main event, and she took that in place of Hustle. So I
But
think
that
that
was
should
bullpen. But that was bullpen. We already rate them high in the
now
coach.
see they was rating some one rounders, and then some one rounders they wasn't accepting. See, these were some of the complaints that they were
Well,
saying.
exactly, because you have to keep it consistent.
Yeah. So which
Can't
one rounders would you
picking and
say?
choosing, picking and choosing. I think they should matter, but I think that it's like I said, strength of schedule. Because like for the women, they don't have enough battles. You know what I'm saying? 3-round events. You know what I'm saying? So strength of schedule, meaning who was battling. That's gonna matter. Your level always
Who
matters.
you was battling? So the opponent.
Who you was battling and who you are matters.
Okay.
We know that. And we're gonna say platforms too.
How are you going to tell who matters though? How you gonna tell somebody if they matter?
No, on what level they matter on. Let
How
me
you gonna
preface it.
right? How you gonna tell somebody
Because we got top tiers, we got mid tiers, and we got low tiers. I'm gonna tell you, look, you're not gonna tell
So
me
this is only for top tiers. What you talking about? Pretty
the
much.
cards tell us
So this
where
only
your
pretty much
level.
for top tiers. What you talking about?
No, even mid tiers. But because guess what? It
So
could
a
be two
lower
dope.
tier battle would never be
Now
considered
lower
on
tier,
the
now
champion
come
on
on
the
now.
woman of the
Now
year
come on
list.
now. Now lower tier, two lower tier battles. Strength of schedule gets weaker every time you
What
drop.
if a top tier want to give me a shot?
So a top tier and a low tier,
Yeah. What if a top tier want to give a low tier a shot?
those are high risk, low rewards, right? So as a top tier, you must know you beating them doesn't give you as much
No.
kudos, but
Okay.
them beating you does. That's a high risk, low reward. They love to use it, that phrase. So yes,
So those okay. So that's the only kind of way when it comes to the one
because it's high
round
risk,
on the
low
lower
reward.
or
Yeah,
whatnot.
but what I was gonna say was, what if it's two top mid tiers and we trying to see they on their rise to be maybe they gonna be top tier ladies, right? But right now they top mid tier, but they do it on a big platform on a big card. That counts as a top tier big, you know what I'm saying? Because you're in a top tier event. I don't care if you mid tier. Now you have to perform at top tier level to be considered as good as those ladies. And if you do, you could be. That's when you start getting considered. So I would have to consider that battle. Like that's why the cards, the platforms you own, your opponent always matter. Always matter.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, like I said, congratulations to Coffee Brown. You know, is there any other thing you want to discuss when it came to the panel or the aftermath of it, or
Just want to keep it consistent. 5 categories. It sound like you were saying. And as well, like I said before, you need a shot clock. That's for champion and women. We need a 2-minute clock for when you speaking. Now you're gonna understand how it feels to be a battler and get your point out with a time clock going. Nobody should be interrupted. You can have all your rebuttals and everything. So now you geek to go first. You don't get the rebuttal. You know what I'm saying, yourself. You get to go first and then let the other person look at this to your points, add them on to what they got to say. And those 2-round shot clocks will help everybody understand
So
how
two,
hard
two,
it is.
so 2 minutes for each category for each person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll swing back around and have like maybe a 5-minute,
So performance.
10 minute or a 10-minute clock, 10-minute clock where we jumping in and throwing out stuff. Now you want to do all that pick crazy? You got 10 minutes to do that. To get all that out your system.
One more thing before we get out here on this. When it comes to a list itself, do you think if a person is at number 5 that they should get dropped out, or do you think they should get dropped down to number 6?
For what? What happened?
Okay, Shuni, she was on the list. I believe she was at maybe number 6, but she went from number 6 to off the list.
Okay, so
same thing. For example, number 8 was someone I forgot, but they took off a list for Miyach, not Miyach, for let me get my.
So was it Chrissy Yamaguchi?
For Chrissy, yes, they took somebody off for Chrissy.
Now, disrespect for Chrissy Yamaguchi. I've seen her pictures on Twitter. I haven't seen her battles. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not know who she battled and if it was impactful because I didn't really hear nobody talking about it that much. I seen a couple, you know what I'm saying, what you call them, Twitter joints before, Twitter clips.
Yeah, you probably don't remember, but we recapped her versus Yoshi. You probably just don't remember.
She beat Yoshi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, okay, yeah, she was outside last year. She was
So you
outside.
just said. So you just said.
Yeah.
And then she also battled the Horseman, right?
Street Hymns.
Street Hands, right?
Yeah, you was outside, Snug. Yeah, that's why I said you got to just remember. That's what that's it. See, this is what the panel got to do. They got to really remember what, you know what I'm saying, but still stick to the 5 criterias. But yeah, so yeah, somebody I can't
If you give
remember
me
though,
a packet, if you give me a packet, I might not even have to watch the whole battles to remember. You know what I'm saying? But okay, I remember how this went. I just remember that. I might take little notes down, like, oh yeah, I gotta make sure because that was so long ago, people gonna forget.
That's
now,
why I have spirals.
my
That's why I got my spirals. For, you know what I'm saying? Just go back to
right.
your personal spiral.
Those be my rebuttal notes. You know what I'm saying? Too. It been many a times that I went back and was like, remember when we first started? I'm like, oh, you got notes. See, I'm trying to think on the fly in my head. You breaking everything down. I'm looking like I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I said I could still go back to like real deal and what you call battle. Exactly what my notes was, things like that. But yeah, so yeah, I can't remember the battlers. But far as getting moved from a 5 position, 6 position to get all the way taken off and not moving down from 7 to 8. What do you think? What do you think about that? Do you think that's
I don't think you get moved off no list. You have to have valid reasons for why you going from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to off the list. I want to hear that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is supposed to be a debate.
Yeah.
Not
and if you stick to the 5 criterias,
yeah,
the debate shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't get that intense. It should.
So that's telling me that either in the beginning you was just saying anything if you put that person at 5, or at the end you were getting emotional and you started making reasons to get somebody off and other people on.
There it
That's
is.
the only thing that it said. I just don't know which way it is.
But shout out to them. Y'all already know, man. Y'all know what's coming up. You understand? But shout out to them. You know what I mean? Congratulations to Coffee Brown. She is the 2022 Wampian. You know what I mean? So salute to her. West Coast. She getting ready to battle 40 bars. You know what I'm saying? And she was saying it's her last battle. So who knows how this go? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, we can keep her in the culture with this belt. Make her defend it. You know what I'm
So
saying?
guess what? We need 40 to whoop her ass then because It's the only way she gonna come back one more time.
Okay, so we gonna see, man.
I want you to lose just so you have to come back for one more battle, so you can go out on your high horse. Let's just give me 2 battles.
Salute to the ladies, man. Once again, congratulations to Coffee Brown. Salute to Champion. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and make sure make sure y'all donate. Try to get the ladies on the same amount of
Yeah.
pot as the guys. All this complaining, all that, $5. Send $5 now to get it started. Just hey, put in a note, Jay Black. This for $5 for
He talking to me too.
2022.
I actually said that. Like,
For 2023
20.
champion. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But salute to them. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy 2eiies. Like, subscribe, share.
Shout out to the ladies on the panel. Don't take all this as negative. You know what I'm saying? Just pick out the points that you like, okay, I can do better on. That's all we doing.
Right. Like I said, when it comes to the whoever's on the panel, all I'm saying is just stick to the 5 criteria. It could be whoever they pick next year. They could have the same 9 people.
I wouldn't
Just
care if
stick
it's
to
a
the
battle.
5 criteria.
I don't care if it's a battle. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear your emotions either.
Yeah.
I
It
want to
doesn't matter
hear
who it
you
is. If
stick
you
on
stick